All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the Detroit Lions in today's video. Yesterday, they signed former Michigan Wolverine Ronnie Bell, wide receiver, to a futures deal. Now, I just want to say real quick, Aaron Glenn just officially took the New York Jets job. Ben Johnson 2 days ago officially took the Bears job. So expect some more Lions news coming in the next couple of days about coordinators. They're also losing some positional guys. But I wanted to give some good news here, and I know it's just a futures deal, and Ronnie Bell this past season with San Francisco actually got cut, was with their practice squad. But one thing I really like about Brad Holmes is his ability to scout or just find talent. This guy finds talent in every which way. Now, 1 year ago, or actually less than 1 year ago, the Detroit Lions signed Tim Patrick right before the season began. Tim Patrick ended up having a phenomenal season. I'm not saying Ronnie Bell is about to turn into a superstar, make the 53-man roster in the summer, and just turn into wide receiver number 3 coming out of the slot or whatever. But I do like it, and I like that the Detroit Lions are not wasting any time in preparing for their 2025 roster. They also signed 11 of their former practice squad players to future deals, as well as signing defensive back Maurice Norris back for another year. Now, Ronnie Bell is really interesting, but before we get into this video, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily Lions content. Try and hit this video to 100 likes. That would mean the absolute world to me. So I'm getting a lot of these statistics from PrideOfDetroit.com, one of my favorite writers for the Detroit Lions, probably number one, Jeremy Reisman. Now, Ronnie Bell was a 3-year starter for the Michigan Wolverines. He left and got drafted by San Francisco the year where J.J. McCarthy and Michigan ended up winning the national championship. So just a year too early, but 3-year starter. And his final season was in 2022, where he had a career season, 62 catches, 889 yards, and 4 total touchdowns. He was by far wide receiver number 1 for the Michigan Wolverines. And I also just like, this is the Detroit Lions, Michigan Wolverines, same state, right? Now, he was drafted in the seventh round. I don't have the overall pick in the 2023 NFL draft to the San Francisco 49ers. And he actually played every single game for San Francisco that year. Now, most of it was on special teams, but he did finish the season with 6 catches for 68 yards and 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns, all right? Along with 10 punt returns for 70 total yards. Now, his second season in the NFL, aka this past year, did not go well. He did make the 53-man roster again, but he was actually waived in late November and spent the rest of the season on San Francisco's practice squad. He made only 9 appearances for San Francisco, and he was taken off special teams almost entirely. He only received 13 total snaps, and despite playing 113 snaps on offense in 2024, he just caught 1 catch for 10 yards all season. Now, the reason this gets a little bit interesting is because March is free agency. One of the things I love about the NFL, just football in general, man, when you love a team like the Detroit Lions, for example, it's a 12-year sport. It really is. You're seeing futures deals, you're seeing coaching cycle, but free agency is going to be here before you know it. It starts in March. It's a little over a month away. February is really like the only full football break going on. But the Lions have a couple of guys entering free agency. Now, clearly, the main cast is still there. I still got Amon-Ra St. Brown. I still got Jamison Williams, Sam Laporta, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery. But at the wide receiver position, Tim Patrick and Allen Robinson are entering free agency. Yeah, I think most people would agree they 100,000% want Tim Patrick back. I think he had actually, I have it right here. I can pull it up. Tim Patrick on the season, 33 catches for 394 yards and 3 touchdowns, averaging 12 yards per catch. Huge resurgence season for 31-year-old Tim Patrick, coming off brutal back-to-back injuries with the Denver Broncos. It seemed almost as if his NFL career was going to be cut short because of all these injuries. Detroit takes a shot on him, and it works out. Allen Robinson, not as much. 3 catches on 7 targets for only 30 yards in the season. Seems like it seems rude to say, I just don't think he's going to be back with the Detroit Lions. I'm sure another team will pick him up, but I think we're getting towards the end of his NFL career. He also is 31 years old. And then the Lions also have DPJ. Really sucked. I remember being excited about the DPJ trade at the trade deadline a year and a half ago, thinking it was going to be a big deal because he used to be a 800 yard guy over in Cleveland only a couple of seasons ago. Obviously, that didn't work out. And then Maurice Alexander, they're going to enter free agency, but they're already in free agency and they can sign anywhere right now because they ended the Detroit Lions season on the practice squad. Now, I just want to say, once again, that's the Ronnie Bell news. I like Brad Holmes, man. I think he's got such a great eye for talent. And, one thing I'll say real quick on the Detroit Lions coaching cycle and just free agency and the offseason in general is you just got to trust the process, man. You just got to trust it. Sometimes it's just not meant to be. You can be as good as humanly possible. You can go 15-2 like the Detroit Lions just did. You can have such a great offense. Your quarterback can throw 37 touchdowns. You can be the number one scoring team in the league. But their defense, injury-wise, was just depleted. And that's the way it goes. And obviously, you can't have 5 turnovers in a football game. If Jared Goff didn't throw that pick 6, or if he didn't throw one of his 3 interceptions, we probably have a different game. But unfortunately, he did. And the Detroit Lions defense was decimated. But, unfortunately, Detroit's just gotten screwed in my 25 years of life. It's just not been a great winning team, or at least consistently. And now they are. So sometimes it's just not meant to be. And this is what happens. But everyone's saying, Detroit's already missed the mark. I had a tweet out there. My Twitter is in the link below if anyone wants to check it out. I tweet a lot about the Detroit Lions specifically. 2 years ago, Bucs offensive coordinator Dave Canales went to be a head coach for divisional rival the Carolina Panthers with Bryce Young. Now, Carolina and Tampa isn't the same type of rivalry Detroit and Chicago is, but I just want to say Tampa moved forward. They went out there and they hired Liam Cohen. And Liam Cohen has actually got a ton of head coaching interest this past season, or right now, pretty much. Today, it kind of seemed like he was going to be the head coach possibly for the Jacksonville Jaguars because Ben went to Chicago and Tampa decided to fork him over some more money. But the point is, Baker just had a career year. The Bucs offense was like top 5. They were the 4th best rushing team in the NFL. Everyone was freaking out because I live here in Tampa now. People were freaking out about Tampa losing Dave Canales, the offensive coordinator. And then they went out there and they hired Liam Cohen, and it was even better. So, I know Ben Johnson, the loss definitely sucks. Aaron Glenn, once again, just officially hired as the Jets head coach in the last hour. But it's all going to be okay. We'll keep you guys updated on this channel in the next couple of days, who Detroit's going to hire for their coordinator spots. But that's it for today. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily Detroit Lions videos, and let me know your thoughts on the Lions signing Ronnie Bell down below. Peace.